Therefore, it requires an unprecedented response.
That's right.
We are here standing in solidarity with the NAACP and its call for athletes to boycott institutions within the SEC that belong to states that have unleashed these Jim Crow-like racially oppressive tactics.
All right, so this is what I was telling you about, because these guys have decided that what they're going to do is come after kids that are playing specifically in one league, one conference. They're going to go after the SEC, arguably the best. I know some of you guys might be some Big Ten people, but arguably the best football conference in the country with the best football playing schools. They expect these people to go after Florida, Louisiana, LSU, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama. Good luck. Good luck getting these kids to give up on their money that they're going to be making, in addition to playing for some really good schools. As you see this stuff, you realize that this is sheer desperation from these people. They've got nothing. I keep saying it, it sounds redundant, but you get a politician, an actual high-ranking politician, as much as a nut job as he is the Democrat majority or minority leader in the House. The dude would be Speaker of the House if Democrats took power. And he is advocating for these kids to leave their college football days behind simply because they can't get their way. That's how bad it is. It's also, to me, I would say almost not criminal, but it's misrepresentation, malpractice. It's absolute lunacy when you think about it, what they're trying to do. It's race hustling to the 10th degree. And they're trying to pull it off. They're using these college athletes, kids in their late teens and early 20s, to fight a political battle that they can't win for a party that's so weak they have no policies to offer anybody. They can't win on the issues, and it sure as heck, they can't win in their redistricting anymore, so that's done. So that's it. So now you got Hakeem Jeffries and the NAACP, who's supposed to be for what? Yeah, the National Advancement for Colored People. Telling these advanced athletes to leave their careers behind and join their fight. Join the Congressional Black Caucus. You've got to the top of you're not a professional yet. Well, I guess you are. You're getting paid millions of dollars in NIL. This is completely insane. Desperate. They're demanding a black boycott of Southern University sports programs. But why did they just stop with football? You haven't mentioned basketball because they know, like I've been telling you, in about, 60 days, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, Louisiana, Mississippi, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, all eyes are going to be turning from whatever they're watching on television to the football field. Period. It is a rite of passage here in the South. Don't even think about bothering people on Saturday afternoons or Saturday nights. And I think it bleeds over to the other conferences. I bet you it bleeds over to the ACC. What are you going to do with Florida State, with the Seminoles? They're not in the SEC. Are they okay to play at? The Gators you can't play with, but you can go play at Florida State? Hell no, they don't want that either. Football in the South, in case you guys aren't familiar with us down here, is probably almost a religion. And you got these people trying to completely disrupt that way of life as well. But here's their problem. There's a whole lot of black people who love their football. more than they want to be associated with Hakeem Jeffries, probably more than they want to be Democrats. Just look at the players, look at the people in the stands, the cheerleaders, the bands. And you're telling me we want to disrupt this because we didn't get our way. You're insane.
Which is unacceptable, unconscionable, and un-American. And we believe that the silence of these institutions is complicity. That's right. And we will not stand for it.
In this moment when black representation is under attack, it is important for the CBC to keep in their tradition of being the moral of the Congress, but the moral of conscience of this country. No representation, no revenue, no one black should be on a playing field of institutions that's living off of our labor, and yet...
This dude sounds like he's raising hogs. Nobody should be on any field where, they're using our backs. What the hell are you talking about? My coaches are white and black. The people in the stands who pay tickets are white and black. It doesn't make any sense. But you know what's going to happen? They'll get some kid. They're praying, oh my gosh, can one kid, some running back from LSU, maybe we can get one kid from Alabama, and we can make this kid the trophy, the poster boy of our movement. We've completely lost. We don't have any idea. The Supreme Court has stripped away all of my race-based gerrymandering tools. The maps are being drawn based on population, not skin color. And the Democrats are having a meltdown trying to get kids to give up their scholarships because it's the thing to do for the blacks. Who in their right mind wants that? What parent wants that for their kids? What parent sits there and goes, hey, Johnny, instead of running for touchdowns this fall, and I know that you got some sponsors, you got like 1.5 in NIL money. Here's what we want you to do. We want you to stop playing and give it all up for the cause. Whose cause? I'm doing pretty good under this Trump economy. See, that's the other part they don't have, they're not thinking about. Wait a second, hold on. I got a free ride. Yep. Means I get free food. Yep. All I got to do is show up for 2 or 3 hours every Saturday and perform. Yep. And I get extra millions. And I got a car. And the women. And you want me to give that all up for Hakeem Jeffries? Said nobody ever. Back when I was in school, we didn't have NIL. We just had the backdoor thing. Hey, how you doing today? You need some extra gas? Here? Yeah, okay, yeah, it's fine. You're the BMOC, big man on campus. The door's open for you. You have opportunity that other people on campus don't have. Now it's all front-loaded. We're going to give you $1 million. I think Arch Manning, he makes something like $8 million a year. I don't know if you guys understand what's going on in these campuses. Shedora Sanders was getting, I think, in excess of $10 million to play football. It's a huge business. And they're the ones who are asking these kids to go back into slavery.
In states that are seeking to reinstitute a sharecropping reality. It is not the responsibility of Black America to hold individuals who should know better accountable for doing better. As soon as the United States Congress stand united to ensure our Constitution represent all of us, we will be a better nation as a result. NAACP this morning, in solidarity with the CBC, we are calling on athletes who are coming out of high school not to attend any state-funded schools of states that have moved to minimize our right to vote, to minimize our ability to elect candidates of our choice.
So I'm going to ask if there's any here, young black athletes, who wants to put you into sharecropper mentality more? Who wants to keep you down? Who wants to make you, like the house boy? The school? The sponsors? The state? Or these idiots? Because the school's like, here it is. You can have all this. You can come here. And on top of all that, if you're smart, you can actually get an education as well. So there's something that in case something happens with your knee, you can still do something. You can learn business. You can learn a trade. You can do something besides score touchdowns. I'm giving you opportunity. I'm giving you prosperity. These idiots are the ones who want to turn you to a sharecropper. They're the ones who want you to stand on the corner at the barbershop. Well, what happened to you, man? I remember you was making all kinds of touchdowns and you was in the newspaper. What happened? I stood with Hakeem Jeffries. Okay. Then what happened? Well, the NAACP told me not to play. Do you realize how stupid that sounds? You don't even have to be a Republican. You don't even have to be MAGA. But many of you have football teams that you follow, and you're like, okay, they better get their stuff together because, next year we want to make sure Indiana isn't going to win again. My beloved Notre Dame, do something. Well, doesn't matter. I don't care who's a Democrat. I don't care who's a Republican. On that field, win. Win, baby. And you guys know exactly what I'm talking about because some of you guys are diehard fans for some teams. And then you find out, hey, we had this great quarterback. He was a 5-star recruit. He was an All-American. And he decided to chuck it all to go play with Hakeem Jeffries and the NAACP. And I know exactly the response every single one of you will have. If you're a football fan, like I am with Notre Dame, and if I found out that our running back said, you know what, I'm just going to go do this with Hakeem Jeffries and NAACP, my response would be the same as yours. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Let's go with the new guy. You're done. You're dead to me. I don't care what you're doing. You're not influencing me to be a better NAACP fan. It just tells me you're a nut. This past weekend, one of the players from Notre Dame, he's a first-round draft choice, Jeremiah Love. He's got his check and his bonus and everything else, and they show him he's driving a boat. He bought a boat. And I think he saw, I don't even know, good God, $10, $15 million bonus or whatever, crazy. And he's got his girlfriend next to him. And she's sitting there smiling like, that's right, that's right. We got it like that. And you're telling that kid, well, too late. He's already signed a professional contract, but you're thinking last year he would have been like, nope, I'm not going to play at Notre Dame, although they're not in the SEC. I'd rather go listen to these idiots.
And states that are seeking to create a sharecropping reality. Whether that state be Missouri or Mississippi, whether that state is South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Louisiana, Texas, or Florida. 55% of all African Americans live in the former Confederate South. But the 55% of us who live in the former Confederate South, we will not tolerate a Confederate mentality on our labor, on our ability to contribute, and our ability to be to have representation.
They actually thought this was a good idea. I want to know the brainchild who put this together. What are we going to do? Well, we're going to convince all the black kids in the SEC to give up the NIL and to give up everything they're doing and living on campus, being big men, being a star, to go hang out with us. How are we going to convince them that? We're going to say that life is the life of a sharecropper. You realize where these kids are coming from? Think about that for a second. You got a kid who's probably coming from a sharecropper type life. He just happens to be able to run fast or throw. And he's like, wait a second. So I'm good at this. So what? You're telling me I'm getting money? Yeah. And an education? Yeah. And a car? Yeah. Who wants to keep me in poverty? It's not the school. It's not the white people. Shamefully, it's these guys. You can't win. You can't come up with any ideas. You can't come up with any better candidates. You can't come up with any better policies. I'm a winner. In fact, I am so much of a different character and class than you guys are. I would never ask you to give up what you have. You're old. You're a boomer. I'm just starting my life. I've got everything in front of me. And you're saying, throw it all away because we suck. That should be criminal.
In this moment, our democracy is in crisis. This is not about partisanship. This is about true representation. And for the NAACP, we will fight with all we have in solidarity with the Congressional Black Caucus to ensure that we have representation, or if we don't, we will withhold the talent that play on the football field.
We will withhold. How the hell are you withholding anything? Talk about people with, I knew you guys, you probably look at this like, Barry, are you serious? Yes, they actually said this. We're going to withhold our talent. Wait a minute. I'm the one who sweat, lifted weights, ran my ass off, bled, got awarded a scholarship through my talent and everything I did. I'm the one who passed the physical. I'm the one who got the NIL deal. I'm the one who got the car. I'm the one who did all oh, that's right. You can't do anything on your own if you're a Democrat. You didn't make that. You didn't do that. But LeBron's got a whole bunch of money. And NBA, we're right now watching. Oh, that's another one I got to show you. The NBA is doing really well. And you're telling me you're going to withhold my ticket to the big time, my ticket out of the neighborhood. How can you possibly say that to somebody? How can you put some young 18 or 19-year-old young man who's got a chance to change not just his life? This is the problem I really have. These kids, once they get this stuff, once they are in a program that's going to allow them to be in a campaign where they can go from here to the pinnacle, you're not just talking about taking their dreams away. You're talking about taking their family's dreams away. Their sisters, their mothers. You're saying, give it all up because we suck. Every single one of those players who gets to that pinnacle, when you watch the NFL draft and they walk out there and they have tears in their eyes and they realize in about 2 hours, I am going to sign a contract that's not just going to change my life. It's going to change the life of everybody around me. And you're saying, give it up.
Or on the basketball court, be the male or female in this moment.
Absolutely. I mean, not one promise.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's embarrassing. I mean, I've actually told people I apologize. I've talked to some players. I apologize for what these people are even saying. It's embarrassing. They want to score cheap political points. And you know how they keep saying on the backs, like this one?
It's been kept to Black Americans in this country when every bit of prosperity you enjoy was built on our backs. 400.
Every bit of prosperity. Young man, you're going to get NIL. You're building it on our backs. This is the height of liberal absurdity. You guys have heard a lot of crazy liberal stuff. This is what a weak party looks like. This is when you realize at this point, these people are completely out of ideas. They're out of votes. That's why they're out there, cheering for illegals and getting them loose and want to make sure that they can still vote. They've lost it. They've got nothing to, this is where it gets scary too, because now they've got nothing to offer the Black community either. See, when you look through the reveal at this point and you start understanding what they're saying, It's like, we can't offer you anything. You can join us because we're losers, and no winner wants to be around a loser. And these kids and what they went through, having personally understood this, went through it myself, watching my grandson go through it right now, I could not imagine saying to my grandson, I know you're working your ass off. You're trying to get into a D1 program that's going to get you what you need to do. I know you're talking to all kinds of different coaches. I know you're looking at NIL. Stop. Stop. It's more important. Tell your mom, I'll tell Ashley, you're going to give all that up because of Hakeem Jeffries. Understand, some of these kids have played ball since they were 7 and 8 years old. Everything was always, you can. And now they're saying, don't do it because we need you because we suck as politicians. It's shameful. It's embarrassing. It's ridiculous. It's absurd. They should seriously be ashamed of themselves. It's insane.